From both our involvement within Laura Theatre for the past 4 years of high school, we've been given numerous opportunities to observe and take note of the visual and performing arts education and programs throughout the school sites, within the district, and across the state. We have gone to the annual District Theatre and Dance Festival for 3 years now. Over these years, we have noticed a dwindling participation due to the lack of arts education and advocacy within the schools. Fewer workshops are being taught, and fewer schools send their students to participate and perform. Through our long-term involvement within Thespians, the International Theatre Society, we have also been given opportunities to see the statewide need for better arts equity. Through leadership conferences, we have heard the problems facing other school districts, such as lacking facilities, smaller enrollments, and low support from administrators. Through the yearly Thespian Festival, we can see the important impacts that theater and the arts has on students who are taught many important life skills. From all this, we have determined that there is a critical arts equity problem within our own district and aim to improve it over the next few years.
First, we had to define arts equity and research if it is a quantifiable term. We found that it is not a national, statewide, or even regionally recognizable term, but it is used by several school districts to describe giving access to a comprehensive range of visual and performing arts, also known as VAPA programs. The only quantifiable use of arts equity comes from the Los Angeles High School District, who actually have an Arts Equity Index, which is defined by, quote, the scope of their provided arts equity instruction, art resources, arts professional development, Title I status, and student equity index, quote, which is a measure of poverty, foster students, and EL or English learning students. We then wanted to learn more about core reforms engaging arts to educate, or Create California, which is a statewide coalition aimed at reforming art involvement based on the belief that art is an integral part of a well-rounded education that the Anaheim Union High School District is a part of. In this coalition is organizations like the California Department of Education, the California Arts Council, the California Alliance for Arts Education, the California County Superintendent's Educational Services Association, and the California State PTA. On the Create California website are many outlines to guide schools participating with what they should do. We wanted to know what art organizations are in our own community in Anaheim and found that there are 3 organizations formally recognized by the Anaheim Arts Council, and they are the Anaheim Ballet, the Orange County Symphony, and the Chance Theater. To broaden our scope, we researched national art standards and found that the National Coalition for Core Art Standards, or the NCCAS, this is a changing framework for American schools to address the, quote, extreme inequities in students' access to arts education, indicating that arts education is not universally available, is too often limited, and is inconsistent across grade levels, quote. The research that went into making these standards came from sources such as the College Board and the Department of Education's Fast Response Survey System, or the FRSS report, which has studied American schools and Common Core for reference, although they are not formally connected, as well as international schools. Lastly, we wanted to find out if there was anyone at the district in charge of arts. We found that there is, and that is Susan Stocks. She works at the district and heads special programs, which, among many other things, puts her in charge of VAPA and the arts.
The school sites do provide several opportunities for students to be involved in arts education. However, each school site does lack in one or more areas defined by art guidelines: theater, dance, band, choir, and the visual arts. While the district does meet state averages for arts education, the average is determined to be 38%, while the goal of Create California and other organizations is that school districts should provide art access to all students. For example, Laura has not have a dance team since 2004. Ball Junior High will not have a theater program as of next year. Kennedy lacks a comprehensive theater program as of now, and many sites lack the staff to teach VAPA classes, causing many classrooms to have more students than a single teacher could adequately teach. The data about arts programs within our district and other state districts has been compiled by Create California over the years. Through our research, we believe that a root cause of the current condition of arts equity within the district is due to the lack of proper knowledge about what arts equity is and why it is important at the district level. As previously said, Susan Stocks at the district does oversee the VAPA within the district. She has limited jurisdiction to perform any comprehensive reforms, and her area of management is huge, including the SARC report, LCAP, private schools, and many others, stretching her already limited time away from focusing on VAPA. We know that the problem exists not only due to the fact that school sites lack comprehensive programs that cover every field, but also because Susan Stocks is retiring as of July 1st, and there are no current prospects to refill her position. The lack of support for arts equity does not only come from a district level, but also from a city level. The Anaheim Arts Council, which oversees many arts organizations within the city, is dissolving as of July 1st of this year. The Anaheim Arts Council has been active in providing for students and community members for several decades. The responsibilities of the council has outgrown the reach of the council. The member organizations that have once relied on the Arts Council for funding and resources will no longer have the support and mediation of the city that the council provided. Students will also no longer be able to receive art scholarships that were previously provided by the Anaheim Arts Council. The Anaheim Children's Festival, which has been going on for 26 years, will also lose the support of the council and will have to look for other organizations to continue the festival. The issue of arts equity within our district is being addressed by the Board of Trustees by the passing of several motions that aim to support arts within our schools. These motions include the Arts Education Month and the Preserve Music Within Our Schools Month, both passed on February 20th of 2018. While these motions are a step in the right direction, we feel that more comprehensive changes and actions must be taken to address the poor arts equity that our district is currently facing.
To work towards arts equity, we have spoken with community members and brainstormed for the 2017-2018 LCAP on March 8th and March 27th. Here, we went to the Priority 8 group, which dealt with other pupil outcomes, and which was headed by Susan Stocks. At these meetings, we collaborated with other community members, and specifically Carol Latham, the current Anaheim Arts Council president, as well as the band directors for Brookhurst and Savannah, and concerned parents. Through this collaboration, we created several posters that outline a few of our goals for arts within the district. These posters were posted on April 5th for everyone involved in LCAP to see and vote on. We will be going back to an LCAP meeting later this month to see the results of the voting. We have also had personal discussions with Board of Trustees member Anne-Marie Randall-Trejo about arts equity and our desire to revamp Susan Stock's position to give more focused and organized jurisdiction over VAPA programs. To raise a student voice on the issue, we have spoken at 2 Board of Trustees meetings on February 20th and March 6th. At the February 20th meeting, we discussed arts equity and the Create California guidelines that we feel our district could better meet. After going to the last Anaheim Arts Council meeting on March 1st, we learned that the council will be dissolved as of July 1st of this year. So when we went back to speak to the board on March 6th, we discussed the needs of the board to fill the representation of arts now that the council will be gone.
To continue our actions past the making of this video, we have sent emails to both Susan Stocks and Anne-Marie Randall-Trejo to continue our correspondence and stay updated on the LCAP progress and future board measures involving the arts. We also have a sit-down meeting regarding arts equity on Tuesday, April 10th, 2018 at 3:30 p.m. at the district office with Dr. Jaron Freed, Susan Stocks, and Trustee Anne-Marie Randall-Trejo. Lastly, we have made a blog called Anaheim Arts Equity, and we have made several posts providing background on arts equity and links to more information. We plan on continuing these efforts and using our student voice at the district, as well as passing on our blog and project to current juniors that are involved in thespians.